All right, what's up, everybody? If you're new here, I've been building this F10 535i for the past few months. I bought it for about 6,500 bucks used with 110,000 miles. And so far, we've done intercooler, charge pipe. We've done some maintenance items like the water pump. We've changed out the windshield cowl and just done a full restoration on it. And then we've done downpipes and an intake on it. So now the last step to get the most out of those performance modifications is to tune it. And today we're going to be using MHD. If you've never heard of MHD before, it's an iPhone app now, and you can get it on Android as well. And you can use this app once you buy this app and you buy the off-the-shelf maps that they have. You can actually tune your car from an iPhone. So we're going to be testing it out. You can do a bunch of different custom things on it as well. So you can get performance out of it depending on which stage your car is at. So if you don't have any mods, you can still tune it and get some more power out of your car. But to get the most out of this app, you're going to want to do the intercooler, charge pipe, downpipe, and the intake. And so that'll get you the most power. So that's stage 2 plus, and that's what we're going to be doing today. But in addition to that, you can do exhaust burbles, you can do cold start changes, and just different modifications that we'll walk you through in the app. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and let's dive into it. All right, so first things first is you're going to need one of these Ethernet adapter or Wi-Fi adapters. This is going to make it so that you can connect to your car from your phone wirelessly. You can do a corded connection as well, but you're going to need an OBD2 connection at some point. So once you get this, you can you can connect to MHD to read codes, flash maps, or to do data logs. So highly recommend this. I got this on Amazon for 60 or 70 bucks. Totally worth it. So once you get this, you'll plug it into the OBD2 port. So once you have that connected, you're going to want to go to your settings on your Wi-Fi, and you'll see Ethernet Wi-Fi 8741. So that's the unique one to mine, and you'll pair it. And so once you're connected to the Wi-Fi, you'll go to MHD. And when you have MHD open, this is what it looks like. So you can have flash and MHD maps. So those are off-the-shelf map packs that you can buy from them. Or if you have a JB4, you can do a back-end map. Or you can do a custom map that you have a tuner or somebody make for you, or you download off the internet. And if you have a newer BMW, you can make sure that your DMA does not require a lock. And then if you go on the bottom, you can go to stock, and you can actually flash back to stock. So that way, if you have to go to the dealer or anything, you can get rid of this. And then, like I said before, you can data log. So you can check your boost, your temperatures, all that different stuff off of the data logging. This is an extra option. And then on the last one, you can go and read actual DME codes, or you can actually reset the codes there. So today we'll be on the tune. We'll be flashing an MHD map. And so it'll try to connect to your Ethernet adapter. And so once you're in here, you can see all the different stages. So for me, I purchased stage 2 plus. And so I have an automatic. So I'll be selecting automatic. And so when you go to options, you have a bunch of different options here. And so you can apply linear throttle mapping. And what that means is the way you press the throttle will be consistent all the way through, instead of the way it is now as it progressively gets more and more intense. Then you can also remove the top speed limiter, exhaust burbles. So you can turn these on, and you can set the duration, aggressiveness, and the minimum and maximum RPM. And then cold start noise reduction, so you can make it so it's not as loud. Or you can have it in sport mode where it always is open. And also you can do a startup roar. So what a startup roar is, it just means that your car revs higher upon startup, so it's a little bit louder. And that's pretty much it. So for exhaust burbles, on base I'm going to have none, but on sport I'm going to do OEM style for 1.5, and we'll see what that sounds like. And minimum RPM, we'll reduce it down to 800. Max, we will put it all the way up. And then we'll do a map right. So I actually already wrote a map on this, so it's going to be a lot quicker. if you have not done this before, you're going to want to probably connect your car to a charger, so that way the battery doesn't die in the middle of writing the map. So you'll go ahead and put your phone on airplane mode, except for Wi-Fi. And then go to map right. So you'll see a bunch of errors come up and the screens turn on and off. But by the end of it, all of this should be cleared. So total write time was 24 seconds, and it said it was a success, and now you have to wait 30 seconds before you actually start the car. So you'll want to wait 30 seconds and then just start the car like normal, and then we'll take it for a drive. Sometimes you have to drive a few miles for it to kind of let the tune set in, so we'll drive it around the neighborhood and then we'll kind of feel out what the power gains are. I'm coming from a completely stock car and I'm going to Stage 2 Plus, so there should be a significant difference between this and where I was before. So we got the car started after the flash. Everything seems normal. There's no codes or anything, and the car seems to be idling fine. So let's take it around the block and see if we see how significant the power gains are. So the car's at operating temperature, so I'm going to come to a complete stop here, and I'm going to see what it's like just from a dead stop. So we're in sport mode. I have it in Tiptronic mode, so let's see. So it is significantly faster. Like when I first got this car, it was like a grandpa mobile. It had like a little bit of power, but nothing significant. And now when you step on it, it goes. And you can definitely hear a lot more of the fun sounds that this engine can make. So that's a plus. And this thing loves to rev right up to redline. So it got up there no problem. Yeah, and so my car is an X-Drive, so it's all-wheel drive. And so I know a lot of people sometimes with Stage 2 Plus, they have a lot of problems with tire spin, but there was no tire spin. It hooked and it got going. And so I'm on the stock wheel size and tire set, but it is definitely a huge improvement. So I think in total I've spent maybe $1,500 or less between MHD and all the modifications, and it just absolutely goes. So I don't know if the camera is picking up the sounds that the car makes now, but it sounds way more aggressive. Just the intake noises, the turbo noises and everything. I mean, if that stuff doesn't put a smile on your face, then there's something wrong with you. So I love that kind of stuff, even though it's a little corny. I like that kind of stuff, and just like the feeling that this car gives me now just puts you back in your seat versus before. It was very laid back and just a cruiser sedan. So very happy with the purchase so far. Now we'll go back to the garage and we'll actually see what the burbles sound like and mess with those settings a little bit. So we're back in the garage, so I've got the windows down. I'm going to see if you can hear the burbles from the cabin with the windows down. So I doubt the camera picked that up. They're very slight on OEM style, so I'm going to reflash it to something a little bit more aggressive and see what it's like. So I'm actually going to change the duration to 1 second from 1.5, and I'm going to change the aggressiveness from OEM style to soft, and we'll see what that does. And I'm actually just going to set normal and sport mode for the same exact thing. So we've got that. Now we'll click map right. And to change these settings, it usually, the flash only takes a few seconds, maybe 10 or 15 seconds. So just shut your car down and put it in accessory mode. Don't start it and then reflash it. So you don't need a charger or anything when you're just flashing the settings. So this flash time was 18 seconds. So again, you got to wait 30 seconds and then we'll restart the car. So personally, I don't like burbles. If I do, I like it very subtle, very, very short. I don't really like the loud pop, so that's why I'm not trying the hard or the aggressive. But I just took the car up and down the street, so the tune should set in. So we'll rev it and see if you could hear it from in the car. And then I'll take the camera outside of the car to see if you could hear it then. Could definitely hear it. I don't know if the camera picked it up, but we'll do one more with the camera outside of the car. So hopefully you guys could hear those burbles. I'm probably going to retune it and take those off, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what it's like on MHD. So highly recommend it. Now that the tune has been done on the F10 535i, we're probably making an extra 80 to 100 horsepower. Maybe less, but pretty happy with it, so I'd highly recommend it. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I'm just really trying to show you love. Say you tired and you need a new love. Use what you got for your lose.